seeds, kind of making it out chalk there. As we're gonna start our journey here in loser bracket sort of things. We got the minty one going over to Derooshu. Winner of that gets to play Kiyarash, and then J-Ra against Unemployed Gamer with a bunch of numbers what I don't recognize. So, nonetheless, though, top 4 seeds still alive in the tournament here, as well as the minty one, our 11th seed. Pretty chalk stuff so far. And again, excited to see what we get here in our first match of the night, Laird. It's going to be the minty one versus Derooshu.
Yes, the minty one, a very prominent Terry player, particularly in the Wi-Fi scene from this region, as well as Derooshu, who I haven't heard of until this event, but they're making a good run tonight. Our 17th seed, and here are the brackets for both players so far. Smuna is the only person to take a dub over the minty one, and that is in a Robin versus Terry matchup. So, not a very easy one. Definitely not a bad loss on his part. But he was able to fight his way back into the losers bracket and looking for more going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we take a look at the bracket path here for Derooshu. Again, all Mega Man today going up against a variety of different characters, as we see on the other side there. 6-1 in sets, 9-1 in games. 17 seed, and listen, as I'm sure most people feel the same way, when you run into like one of these character specialists in bracket, it's never going to end well. You're always a little apprehensive what you're going to be running into. Mega Men are especially harder to come by nowadays, and I still think this character is low-key slept on. I think this character is like, a top 20 character, truthfully. So
no, I couldn't agree more. I mean, you have players like Nevermore's very own MPG making waves in Tri-State right now, among others. And I did look up the PG stats on Derooshu, rocking a 66% win rate, and does not have a lot of tournaments to their name. Only 8 tournaments have been added in their tournament history, but whenever they do show up, they show up in a big way. Getting 25th at a 300-man bracket a couple of months ago, 65th at an 800-man bracket back in July. So this is not someone who comes out very often, but when they do, they always make big runs.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see how it all breaks down here as, again, the minty one rocking the Terry Bogard. Curious to see how these two characters are going to interact with each other. Again, the FGC character is notoriously very hard to cross up because you can't really cross them up because of auto turnaround. So, we'll see if the added projectile pressure for Mega Man kind of adds a wrinkle here into the matchup that the minty one might not be ready for. But so far, they're keeping things pretty even.
Yeah, and Mega Man has a bunch of different options in the neutral. Obviously, if they need some disjoints, they got the forward air in the back air to do the trick. If you're up in the air above them, they got that up air, which is, has some interesting mechanics. Is really, really good at getting extra damage on the board and keeping you in disadvantage. Plus, you have a transcendent smash attack that's a projectile that is very difficult for close quarters characters like Terry to deal with.
Yeah, you can see where the disadvantage is probably going to be the real X factor here for Derooshu. But just asking, hey man, you all right? As the Buster Wolf going to come through, break zone through everything, and that is exactly the break that the minty one was looking for. And once again, big damage coming out as the go meter is still intact here.
Hey man, this guy might be minty, but these combos are looking kind of spicy. Already got 59% on his opponent, who just spawned, but there's a parry, and that move, that down B is actually safe on parry. It's one of the few moves in the game that has that quality. But Derooshu is still able to get a punish off it with a back throw to take the stock away. Minty one, he's doing a good job. He's got a good lead. The problem is that Derooshu is all about that nickel and dime chip damage, and he's starting to build that up real quick with these lemons and these leaf shields.
Yeah, exactly. But Terry, again, as long as Minty one's able to finish their plate as they do right there with the down tilt into the burn knuckle, that's going to be huge. You never want to give your opponent an extra outs. Again, like especially a character that can nickel and dime like Mega Man. Being able to rack up damage very quickly from a distance, especially in disadvantage. And these air shooters have been a real problem for Minty one when they're trying to get back down to the ground. But still able to nurse a lead here.
Yeah, but going back to that thing. Oh yeah, never mind. The close quarters Mega Man upper is going to take that one out. But those up airs, you do not want to jump when you're in them. And I've been seeing Minty one use that as his preferred option to get out of them. So that might end up coming to bite him if he's able to do it. If you jump, you get sent to the blast zone at ridiculously low percents because of the momentum storage.
Yeah, it's tough stuff, for sure, to try to navigate around. And so far, it is Derooshu doing a good job of keeping the pressure on, recovering low, and you have to be really careful against Mega Man, that hard knuckle. And there we go. It's going to be the Mega Buster that actually nets the KO there. So, like we were talking about, Laird, Mega Man, we use the term distance demon is thrown around a lot. Mega Man, I feel like the often forgotten distance demon because characters literally throw projectiles at you. And you saw 3 instances right there where it can be very, very difficult if you're a character with a very particular, way back to the ledge, especially if you don't snap the ledge like Terry does. Mega Man can really make it painful for you getting back to the ledge.
Yeah, painful is one word. And on top of that, it's not even just the nickel and dime damage of the lemons and the leaf shields and the metal blades you got to worry about. It's also those back airs and those forward airs. That back air is unironically one of the best edge guarding tools in the game. It's a multi-hit, comes out really fast, is very spammable. And Mega Man does not have a bad recovery in their own right. They can go out pretty deep to come and hit you. But it looks like we're going to be on Battlefield Final Destination for this one. A bit of a mix-up here, but I can definitely see why an FGC character like Terry will be favorable on a stage like this.
Yeah, 100%. So we'll see if the change of scenery makes a difference here. Again, going to force Mega Man to kind of scrap with you a little bit more. I would imagine that this wouldn't have been my first choice if I was the Minty one, just because you saw how bad disadvantage was in those instances where, Minty was above Mega Man. And I don't necessarily know if a flat stage with no platforms, with no respite in sight is necessarily the best plan here, but, we'll see what shakes down.
Right, but then again, you got to think about Terry. Terry is a character who's not very aerial. He's got a couple good aerials, but exclusively he likes to use them when he's landing on top of you. Platforms will deter the ability of them to do that. So I feel like a flat ground with a lot of ability to catch people landing on top of you is a very, very good option for a character who has auto turnaround, like Terry Bogart.
Absolutely. All right, there we go. First KO going to go to the Minty one and Terry. Excellent stuff right there, getting the lead. However, Derooshu right there, knocking on the door of getting a KO, but a nice little exchange right there, the down throw to the up air and the charged rising tackle. Great guaranteed damage and low percents for Terry.
Right, but right now you got to find your way back on, and yes, very, very good usage of the back air there from Derooshu. To take that stock away, despite the fact that charged uppy, that it has a flash kick property to it, where it actually has a little bit of iframes. When he's flashing blue, he's got intangibility. However, having a multi-hit back air like that makes it really easy to sting you as you're trying to rise and snap ledge.
Yeah, absolutely. So just like that, both players done a good job keeping the gap small. The jab power dunk is going to provide great low percent damage here. And that leaf shield has been a mix-up that Minty one just has not been able to adjust for. That could have been a really bad, situation right there on the corner, but able to avoid, further harm.
The way this matchup checks out, Koopa, is the fact that Mega Man's really good at winning neutral frequently just because they have long-lasting projectiles and ones that cover big distance. Terry struggles to get in on the occasions. But then again, whenever Mega Man gets in and deals 30-40%, it only takes 2 hits for Terry to do that much. But again, the ledge trap with Derooshu is way too strong in this matchup.
All right, trying to find, the answer right here is the Minty one, but unfortunately, Derooshu doing a great thing, what Mega Man does best, man, keeping you at arms or Mega Buster's reach.
He's so good as a counter brawler. Whenever you're a brawler, you want to get up nice and close to him. But, he's got really fast-acting projectiles. Moves that check your approaches at any given moment. And, yeah, if you are going to brazenly Buster Wolf like that, you got to be ready to eat a punish to your face.
All right, there you go. Back throw going to set up for another edge guard here. And this is where Derooshu's been very, very good. However, the power dunk's going to find its mark there. And the power geyser gonna net that KO, catching a jump from the ledge. So, listen, I've seen crazier things happen, Laird. This is definitely not out of the realm of possibility.
Right, I mean, this is a Terry with rage and go meter. But Derooshu doing a good job, moving around, holding center stage. Footstools him! All right, yeah. You know what? You already have the least committal spike in the game, but sometimes you don't even need to use it. And Derooshu with a 2-game advantage on Minty One's counter pick.
Yeah, that's a great showcase right there from Derooshu. Again, not keeping that part of the game plan. I'm sure hidden a little bit. You can never. It's like which came first, the chicken or the egg? Was the footstool intentional or not? But either way, nets the KO there. It's going to be a 2-0 lead for Derooshu, looking to eliminate the Minty one here at 7th place.
I'm very, very excited to see what he does here. And now we're going to go back to FD proper for this one. And you know what? It's already looking like a pretty good start for both players. They each got their little vortexes for a little bit of percentage, but a nice usage of the rush coil to actually throw the Minty one back up into the air off of that burn knuckle, or excuse me, the power dunk.
Right, and I can see why the Minty one would want to go back to this stage after kind of watching it play out there. You know, as rough as it's been in disadvantage for him, Mega Man also doesn't have a necessarily great disadvantage state. You know, he, you know, as good as Leaf Shield is, you're seeing the Minty one is starting to catch on to the instances in which Derooshu is going to use it, and now has himself a bit of a lead here.
Yeah, and on top of that, he's been using really good options to try to poke through that. You know, maybe not in that situation, but on the ground, a burn knuckle is a very good tool, and even a crack shoot because of how much priority it has. And man, these from the ledge power dives or power dunks rather are doing a really big deal on a rising Mega Man. Jab into the up B off of those double down tilts. Derooshu is out of a stock 1, and now Minty 1 has go meter on their first stock. If they can hold this on for a while, you could be seeing a stock here in a matter of moments.
Yeah, this is where things can get a little scary. Again, fighting against Terry in particular, because of how things can snowball away from you. You know, but again, just getting the connect right there. My gosh! Oh no!
Oh, flew a little too close to the sun, but the damage has already been done. 89% on Derooshu from 2 or 3 little interactions going into the Minty one's favor with that go meter to boot.
Wow, and the Metal Blade going to beat out the Burn Knuckle there, so Derooshu going to avoid any further damage and is now slowly but surely closing the gap here.
I mean, again, you know, when you have such a hard time approaching Mega Man, despite whatever lead you get off to, he can bring that back in a moment's notice. Mega Man is not a character known for dealing a ton of damage in every interaction, but the thing is, he wears you out, and you're going to make a lot of brazen mistakes just to try to get in, but that jab into the charge uppy was not one of them. The Minty one still running hard and heavy, trying to extend his lead further on this last stock for Derooshu.
Yeah, there we go. Great confirmed damage right there. And a good catch with the power dunk as well. So Minty one's starting to cook a little bit here, trying to force it to that game 4. Oh, Bud, what are you doing?
Uh-oh. I mean, what are you doing? You're giving him go meter, and that's not a good thing. But nice usage of the back air to clear the way. The Minty one's off stage, and yep, a nice lingering transcendent smash attack to catch that recovery. Very good meaty option there from Derooshu.
Yeah, excellent stuff right there. So last stock situation here, Derooshu trying to win it in straight games here. Let's see what the response is going to be here.
I mean,
also,
he's able to bring it back.
I was going to say, I also believe Mega Man music playing in the background, so.
This is probably Derooshu's counterpick then.
Or it could just be an irony thing. Okay, wow.
Wow, okay, yep, down tilt is a heck of an option at the ledge there, apparently. And the Minty one's on the board.
Yeah, so we are going to see a 4th game here. So, again, what I looked like it was, might have been Derooshu kind of falling asleep at the wheel there a bit. Got caught by one too many down tilts at the ledge. And the burn was going to net the KO, so.
You're up in the set. You know, with 2 games of buffer if you need them. Honestly, you know, I'd fall asleep at the wheel there too. Seemed like they're a very firm grasp on the matchup, but we're gonna go right back into this one. It seems like they did hop out of the arena. It might be going to a counter pick. I think more platforms would definitely benefit the Mega Man. Probably going to a small Battlefield or a PS2, but actually Battlefield proper, probably to help out with those up airs.
All right, so let's see what the response will be here from Derooshu. Again, dropping the game right there. The Minty one trying to send it to a game 5 at the bare minimum. So,
yeah, and already, you know, getting in that little middle cage of the stage. And Terry's not a character who has a lot of good options coming down out of the air. You know, they definitely like to keep their feet planted. Now, on a stage like Battlefield with this much verticality, Mega Man can either make you chase them, or it can also keep you up in the air for long stretches of time. And that's exactly where you don't want to be if your name is Terry Bogard.
Yeah, I agree. It's definitely not an ideal place to be. As you can see here, the platforms maybe, you know, buying a little bit of time here for the Minty one to get back to the stage. However, it does also provide another angle of attack for Derooshu to get maybe get a little bit higher, bait that low recovery, and then try to punish accordingly. So maybe pay attention to that to see if that becomes a factor later.
I love the brazen approaches that Derooshu's doing right now. Just like running up and you're like, okay, your supers. I dare you. I double dare you, man. And then catching him out of the air with a leaf shield, has to go back to the ledge, going back using the Transcendent Projectile F Smash. Yep, catching him in the air with these frame traps, looking for up airs, catching him, jumping out of it, able to survive a little bit longer. The Minty one has very few leases on life right now.
Yeah, now it's not looking great right now. However, there we go. It's going to net that first KO. So great stuff from Derooshu. And great placement of the rush right there. That is a strategy you see Mega Man players or any character with like a spring recovery that sits on the ground. They'll drop that spring right below the Halo platform, and so many people autopilot just immediately get off the platform that it completely burns their invisibility. So
right, and in that instance, you have to jump, which means you burn your jump coming back to the ground. You don't have a lot of air mobility. So no matter what, it's just a really good hard check option.
Yeah, excellent stuff right there for sure. So, trying to, maybe get on the board here is the Minty one, but Derooshu not giving him an opportunity to do so. And again, that forward smash so good, being able to provide pressure on the ledge, especially when you're trying to get away from this character. Oh, that was sick.
Goodbye. That's what happens, man. You just get down tilted once or twice and confirms into something big. Derooshu was trying to air dodge to the platform there. But again, one F tilt into the Buster Wolf. Good amount percent. Whoa! Hang on. Shield stopped that Crash Bomber a little bit too hard. It just was stuck in the air for a couple minutes.
Okay. Tries to catch the power dunk with the Flame Sword. Gonna come up short.
Hopping around, gets the nice throw off stage. Gets the spike. Recognize that was going to be a lazy recovery coming in from the Minty one, and he does get it, but Derooshu had a much bigger lead a second ago. Minty one's starting to bring it back a little bit, but they don't have Go Meter to help him out anymore.
Yeah, no, excellent stuff right there. So, no Go Meter right now, and things are going to get real difficult. So, hopefully if you're the Minty one, you're able to net this KO as soon as you can.
Getting stuck at the ledge a lot, and in the air. If you're the Minty one, you want to be in that center part of the stage holding the fort down as much as possible, but the fact that Mega Man forces you to chase him away, it's really scary. You definitely don't want to fall into his trap, but in order to deal damage, you kind of have to sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we'll see what the Minty one can do here, but so far it's looking all Derooshu right now. They're doing such a good job at, putting the brakes on, playing from a distance, forcing the Minty one to kind of play into their hands.
Yep. Oh, I love that drag down back air. It's the grab. Catches him on neutral getup with the F smash. Good night. Derooshu putting this one to bed. The Minty one. Probably call him the Minty one because he got to brush his teeth before hopping in to that bunker. And that is going to be a guaranteed 5th place for Derooshu. And a very good run for the Minty one, ending at 7th place tonight. But still with a good amount of points for the qualifier. Hey, not a bad run by any means.
Yeah, absolutely. Very mint for sure. Looking real clean, getting the 7th place here. But it is going to be Derooshu moving on. They, I believe, have to play Kia Rash on the other side of quarters. So good for them. It's going to be a tough matchup for sure. But now we're going to again. By the way, if you guys are curious, you want to participate in the qualifiers, we're now in 3rd qualifier territory, so if you guys want to make a statement before the regional finals, you're only going to have one more chance after this, most likely, depending on where you're staying at. So the Southwest USA has their final qualifier happening on September 10th, which is next week, I believe. So if you haven't signed up already, go ahead and do so. It's going to be your last opportunity to get points before the regional finale at the end of October.
Yeah, very, very short turnaround time, so make sure you chunk some time out, get ready to compete. This is a very, very strong region. You got all of California. You got Nevada. You got New Mexico and Utah. That's New Mexico, right? I'm not crazy. No, that's Arizona.
Yes.
Arizona, Utah.
Arizona, you're right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, New Mexico's to the right. Okay. My geography is not what it used to be, folks. I'm sorry. I apologize for that.
Yeah, Breaking Bad fans everywhere are not pleased with us, but nonetheless, we're out here again in our matching sweatshirts. I just want to give a big shout out to Panda and everyone involved for sending us commentators at home some merchandise, to rock while we're burning the midnight oil with you. So again, shout outs to Panda and everyone involved, and again, hope you guys are having a great time watching so far. But it's gonna be a good night. Very much looking forward to it.
Yeah, I don't mean to make y'all jealous, but they sent us bags too. Oh, hang on.
The bags are pretty nice,
dude. I love the color scheme that they went for with this, like the red and black and white. Oh, wow. I don't know if
yeah,
this merch is
black
ever getting
rules.
dropped, but it's really comfy too. I just gotta say, man.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but when I'm watching these top 8s, I definitely tend to get a little hungry.
Oh yeah, me too.
Now, if you guys are looking to cure